chosen one. The miracle you have been praying for is drawing near, but before receiving it, you need to pause and clearly hear what I am gently reminding you of in this moment. Beloved child, I am Michael, and I have not come to threaten you by saying that you will have to weep if you accidentally leave a message. Nor do I hold your blessing through fear or force you to remain. What truly belongs to the light will never use panic to control your heart. I have come because you have waited for so long, prayed during nights no one knew about, and passed through many days with only the smallest spark of hope remaining within you. Now a change is quietly unfolding around you. You may not yet see it with your eyes, but you have begun to feel it through the desire to live differently, the longing to leave former cycles behind, and the faith that is gradually returning after a long season covered by disappointment. The atmosphere surrounding your life is no longer what it once was, because the first thing being transformed is not your outward circumstances, but the way you see yourself. You have begun to understand that you do not need to continue begging for recognition from people who repeatedly diminish you. You no longer desire to preserve a relationship simply because you fear loneliness, nor are you willing to sacrifice peace in order to walk through a door that looks radiant outwardly but is filled with instability within. This movement may appear small, yet it is preparing you for something greater. When you stop agreeing with words that once diminished you, former chains begin to loosen. When you choose truth instead of illusion, your inner vision becomes clearer. When you learn to establish boundaries without condemning yourself, you create space for what is healthy to enter. Your name was spoken today, not as a secret meant to disturb you, but within good thoughts, sincere prayers, and conversations that may open a new direction. Someone is remembering your abilities. Someone is considering offering you an opportunity. A matter that seemed completely closed is gradually finding a resolution. It is also possible that someone who remained silent is beginning to recognize what they need to tell you, honestly. Nevertheless, I want you to remain calm. Do not turn every small signal into a guaranteed promise. And do not run after anyone merely because they appeared. At the moment you are longing for something. Allow truth to prove itself through time, consistent actions, and the peace that remains after the first wave of emotion has settled. What you prayed for may be approaching, but it may not arrive in the form you imagined. At times you ask for an old door to reopen, while God is preparing an entirely new road. You may pray for someone to return, while what you truly need is freedom from the wounds they caused. You may hope to receive a large amount of money, while the first change sent to you is stable work, a timely idea, or the wisdom to manage what you already possess. A miracle is not always an event that astonishes everyone. Sometimes the miracle is awakening without feeling the former fear suffocating you. Sometimes it is the first time you possess enough courage to say no to what exhausts you. Sometimes it is the ability to look at the past without wanting to return and live within it. I know there were nights when you began to cry without understanding why your emotions felt so heavy. Those tears did not prove that you were weak. You held too many things in silence and tried to remain strong. While no one asked whether you still had enough strength, confusion accumulated over many months, and years may require only one small moment before it overflows. Therefore, if your heart feels heavy tonight, do not immediately believe it is a sign of disaster. The deepest places within you may simply be releasing what has been held down for too long. Breathe slowly, drink some water, allow yourself to rest, and do not make major decisions while your mind is still unsettled. Light does not come to make you frantic. Light comes to help you see clearly. During the days ahead, clarity will be more important than excitement. An invitation may arrive unexpectedly, a conversation may begin, or important information may be placed before you. Listen, but do not agree too quickly. If it concerns money, carefully examine the conditions and do not trust promises without evidence. If someone wishes to return, ask what has genuinely changed instead of allowing longing alone to guide you. If a work opportunity opens, consider whether it respects your values, health, and long-term direction. What is good will not fear clear questions. A sincere person will not blame you for needing time. A healthy opportunity will not require you to betray your conscience in order to hold it. A rearranging is also taking place around your home. You may feel the urge to clean, change your surroundings, or remove objects connected to a difficult season. Do this in peace. When you restore order to the place where you live, your mind also has an opportunity to breathe more deeply. Do not continue holding what keeps you trapped within a former version of yourself. Yet you do not need to discard every memory in order to prove that you have matured. Preserve what carries love, gratitude, and valuable lessons. What only awakens shame, resentment, or unhealthy dependence may be gently released. The new season requires a new dwelling place within you, where the past is honored but no longer holds authority. Your relationships will also be illuminated. A sincere person will approach with clarity and will not continually force you to guess your place in their heart. Someone who only wishes to take advantage of your gentleness may become uncomfortable when you begin establishing boundaries. Do not allow that reaction to make you doubt yourself. Some people love only the version of you who always remains silent, continually gives way, and forgives without requiring responsibility. When you mature, they may say that you have changed. They are correct. You have changed, but you have not become cold. You simply no longer permit your kindness to be used like an unlocked door. Genuine love does not fear boundaries, because boundaries protect respect and allow two people to meet in freedom rather than dependence. Regarding your finances, the approaching blessing may begin with the realization that a habit needs to change. I don't want you to wait for a miracle while ignoring the small steps already within your ability. Organize your expenses, complete postponed documents, learn what is necessary, and work diligently with the opportunity already present. A new flow requires a firm foundation so that it will not be lost. When you know how to value small things, you will possess enough wisdom to manage greater things. Abundance is not measured only by the amount of money in your hands, but by the ability to live without being ruled by the fear of scarcity, to give in the right places, and not to use money to fill emotional emptiness. Beloved child, a guardian angel does not hold you in place at any cost, because you have been given freedom of choice and discernment. I only stand near to remind you not to rush past what your heart needs to recognize. Perhaps the most important thing today is not a distant secret, but the truth that you are ready to live differently. You have matured enough to receive what is good, without destroying it through fear. You possess enough clarity not to mistake chaos for love. You are also strong enough to leave what is familiar when it no longer suits the person you are becoming. Therefore, open your heart without losing awareness. Hope, but continue verifying. Receive, But do not become dependent upon any prediction. The miracle you need may have begun at the moment you decided no longer to live beneath the rule of confusion. When you choose truth, darkness loses part of its power. When you choose peace, voices that once frightened you become quieter. When you walk with gratitude and responsibility, the right door will recognize you. I am near, not to make you afraid of missing something, but to help you see that what truly belongs to you will arrive in the light, be confirmed through peace, and remain through wise choices. I want you to pay close attention, because there are times when a small door opens during days that appear unchanged, and awareness will help you recognize what is approaching. Yet, beloved child, do not believe that this door is reserved only for certain special people, or that you must run quickly because a blessing may disappear. What is good does not come to create panic, nor does it stand at your door threatening to leave before you have time to understand. Sacred opportunities often appear through very simple things. A new thought that brings peace, a conversation that helps you recognize the truth, a courageous decision that ends an old habit, or a road you once overlooked suddenly becoming clear. You do not need to search for dramatic signs in the sky. Begin by looking at your life with attentive eyes and a heart willing to change. Many things are being rearranged at the same time within your home: relationships, finances, and private struggles. However, this does not mean every problem will disappear by itself without requiring anything from you. I am bringing you to a place where you can recognize what must be repaired, what needs to be released, and what deserves continued cultivation. Within your family, you may need to begin a conversation that has been postponed for too long. In love, you need to distinguish beautiful promises from genuine actions. In finances, you need to replace haste with planning and the desire for instant transformation with lasting discipline. Within your hidden battles, you need to stop condemning yourself for what has passed and begin treating yourself with patience. Sometimes a miracle is not something falling from outside, but the moment you possess enough strength to choose differently. You may believe you happened to stop at these words by accident, but what matters is not that some power prevented you from scrolling onward. What matters is that something within you needs to remember that your journey has not ended. Perhaps you are exhausted from carrying too much in silence. Perhaps you have waited for an explanation, a change, or a sign showing you where to go. I do not want you to treat this moment as a threat, saying that you will lose protection if you leave. No message has the right to hold you through fear. Remain with what brings clarity, and calmly put down whatever creates panic, removes your ability to reason, or makes you feel pressured. Right guidance always respects freedom and leads you back to personal responsibility. Imagine that today you receive a letter bearing your name, but the letter does not tell you to perform a mysterious action immediately in order to preserve a miracle. Instead, it reminds you that you have lived in a defensive state for too long, always expecting good things to be taken away. It reminds you that tears do not make you weak. Delay does not prove that you have been forgotten, and one missed opportunity cannot destroy your entire future. What is right for you is not built upon such a fragile chance that everything disappears merely because you move one moment too slowly. You are still allowed to pause, reflect, ask questions, and prepare carefully before walking through a door. Wisdom does not cause you to lose a blessing. It helps you preserve what you receive without harming yourself or anyone else. I know there were mornings when you awakened with unexplained heaviness, nights of incomplete sleep, and moments when anxiety suddenly covered your mind. But do not immediately conclude that every uncomfortable feeling is a sign of an unseen battle. You may be exhausted, carrying pressure you have not expressed, or living within circumstances that keep your body and mind continually alert. What you need first is practical care. Obtain more rest, reduce sources of stress, speak with someone trustworthy, and seek professional support when anxiety continues. I do not want you to neglect your real needs while chasing a mysterious explanation. Proper care is also part of protecting what is precious within your life. Even so, I do not deny that you have fought greatly to preserve hope. There were words that attempted to steal your confidence, failures that made you question your worth, and people who left you feeling undeserving of what is good. Yet the greatest battle is no longer about defeating everyone who wounded you. It is about refusing to allow their voices to continue living within your mind. Each time you choose truth instead of a diminishing statement, you reclaim part of your freedom. Each time you establish a boundary instead of continuing to endure, you protect your future. Each time you rest instead of forcing yourself toward exhaustion, you declare that your life deserves to be preserved. What you are waiting for may have passed through a long and difficult season, but when it comes, you will still need discernment so that you do not misuse or misunderstand it. A financial opportunity may help you advance, but without a plan, it may quickly become a burden. A new relationship may bring joy, but if you have not healed your fear of abandonment, you may lose yourself while attempting to please another person. A position of influence may open, but if you treat it as a way to prove your worth, recognition will become a new chain. Therefore, I am not only preparing what will arrive, I am also preparing the way you will receive, manage, and use it. A mature blessing is always accompanied by discernment, humility, and responsibility. You asked during quiet hours, "When will my breakthrough come? And why must I wait so long?" I heard that question during days when you no longer possessed enough strength to speak it. But some delays are not caused by a force attempting to steal your future. Certain matters move slowly because you need more knowledge, resources, or time. Some doors have not opened because the people involved are not ready. Some plans did not succeed because they no longer suit the person you are becoming. Do not turn every obstacle into a mysterious enemy. Examine each matter calmly. Change what you can change. Remain patient with what requires time. Possess enough courage to leave what continually wounds your dignity and peace. Confusion, distraction, and emotional sabotage may prevent you from moving forward, but you are not powerless before them. You can create rhythms that make your mind clearer, establish limits around content that causes anxiety, organize the way you use money, and distance yourself from people who continually plant guilt or worthlessness within you. You can begin with one very small step. Complete a postponed task, make a necessary phone call, write down a plan, or ask for help. Lasting breakthrough does not always arrive with thunder. Sometimes it begins on an ordinary morning, when you decide that today you will no longer continue living in the same way. I preserved you through moments when you believed you were about to collapse, but I did not do so in order for you to continue believing that danger hides behind every shadow. I preserved you so that you could learn to live more freely, wisely, and peacefully. Receive what is good without panic. Verify every promise before giving trust. And do not allow anyone to use the fear of losing a miracle to control your decisions. When the right door opens, you will not need to abandon reason in order to enter. You will recognize it because it invites you to mature, keeps you near the truth, and does not force you to betray good values. Beloved child, understand that the greatest miracle is not merely receiving what you want, but becoming wise enough to recognize what you genuinely need. Today may not be the day when every problem is solved, but it may be the day you begin seeing those problems in an entirely new way. That itself is a door. Walk through it with faith, unmixed with panic, hope joined with responsibility, and courage guided by truth. I am not calling you to chase mysteries. I am calling you to live with awareness in ordinary life. There, through small but sincere choices, you will see your path gradually opening. Beloved child, the miracle has begun to touch your journey. But what matters now is not holding it through fear, but receiving it with an aware, peaceful, and responsible heart. Perhaps you have felt a quiet stirring that made you wish to listen longer, as though something within you recognized that this was not the moment to turn away too quickly. The alertness returning within you is not intended to make you tense before a special time, but to help you see what noise, weariness, and doubt have hidden. I have not wasted the months through which you traveled, nor have I allowed one tear to become meaningless. This moment is sacred, not because you must immediately perform something great, but because you are being invited to open your heart to a change that has quietly been forming for a long time. The next 40 days may become an important period, but do not turn that number into a reason for panic or begin counting every hour. See it as a season in which you can live more intentionally, observe more carefully, and become willing to take steps you previously postponed because of fear. A secret may come into the light, a confusing relationship may gradually become clear, or a door that seemed stuck for too long may begin to move. This may arrive through an honest conversation, an unexpected invitation, a corrected decision, or a truth that someone can no longer conceal. When this happens, do not react hastily. Allow clarity to lead, because what is revealed is not always meant to pull you back into the past. Sometimes it appears so that you can move forward in freedom. I am clearing what has caused the atmosphere around you to feel heavy. Tensions that accumulated within your home, relationships, and thoughts have continued longer than necessary. Unspoken words, hidden doubts, and insincere intentions will gradually become visible through each person's actions. You do not need to investigate fearfully or look upon everyone with suspicion. Calmly observe the consistency between words and behavior. A sincere person will bring clarity, while someone whose intentions are not upright will gradually expose themselves through contradictions. They cannot hide forever. Your responsibility is to preserve boundaries, protect your peace, and refuse to allow curiosity to pull you into unnecessary conflict. The weight you carried alone is also being removed piece by piece. I know you became so accustomed to handling everything yourself that you sometimes forgot what it felt like to receive support. You quietly resolved financial difficulties, carried responsibility for others, kept everything from collapsing, and attempted to appear fine even when you were nearly empty within. But the new season does not require you to prove your worth through continual endurance. I am teaching you to receive help. Clearly express your needs and stop carrying responsibilities that belong to others. When everything is returned to its proper place, Your strength will no longer be drained by burdens you were never assigned to carry. You did not encounter this reminder without reason. Yet, this does not mean an outside message has the authority to determine your entire destiny. It is simply awakening what you already knew, but had not possessed enough courage to admit. You know that you cannot continue living forever in delay. You know that certain relationships must be examined through truth. You know that some habits must change if you wish to enter a better future. I am preparing you not only through signs, but through discernment, maturity, and courage to act rightly when opportunity appears. Genuine preparation always creates fruit within life. It does not merely produce emotion for a few minutes. The wonder you are about to receive will not come completely from outside you. It is also growing through the part of you that has been restored. When you no longer react from your wounds, you will make different choices. When you stop accepting disrespect, the relationships around you will be forced to change. When you reorganize your time, money, and energy, you will begin noticing opportunities that once passed by unseen. You will understand that a miracle may be the discernment to leave a wrong road, the strength to make a difficult decision, or the perseverance to continue until a result appears. It does not make you passive. It makes you more aware and responsible for your life. The book of your journey is opening to a new page. And then you will understand why waiting was necessary. If what you requested had arrived too early, you may have received it through fear, used it to prove yourself, or dropped it because you did not know how to preserve it. The years behind you taught discipline, discernment, and how to recognize genuine value. Tears of despair will gradually become tears of relief, because you will see that you were not left behind. You were being prepared to enter something new without losing yourself. What you once considered delay will reveal itself as protection, keeping you from choices that appeared attractive for a moment, but could not support your future. The next revelation may deeply change how you view life. You may recognize that someone was not truly who they appeared to be. An opportunity may have been quietly prepared, while you believed everything was standing still. What shakes your world may not be a loud event, but the moment you understand that you no longer need another person's approval in order to move forward. When that truth takes root, many former ties will fall away by themselves. You will no longer need to beg for love, chase recognition, or remain where you continually question your worth. This is the first step into a sacred future, not through outward display, but through restored self-respect. You must also remember that the goodness coming to you does not end with you. Your breakthrough may become a road through which others recover hope, experiences you once regarded only as wounds may one day become words of support for someone passing through a similar season. You may contribute to good work through your time, abilities, presence, or resources, but always give voluntarily and wisely. I do not sell grace, nor do I protect your family according to the amount of money you offer. Do not allow anyone to use fear to pressure you into donating, purchasing something, or joining a community. Sincere generosity is not born from pressure. It rises from gratitude and is accompanied by peace. If you choose to support a mission, carefully learn whom it serves, how its resources are used, and whether it operates transparently. A good seed must be planted in trustworthy ground. At times, financial support may be appropriate, but there are also times when you need to prioritize your family, meet obligations, or build stability for yourself. I do not ask you to give until you become exhausted. Ordered generosity allows light to spread without turning your kindness into something others can exploit. When you help according to your ability, it becomes oil supporting good work, but that oil must be given through love rather than through threats that your miracle will disappear if you refuse. Now is the time to trust. But trust does not mean abandoning wisdom. Continue praying while carefully examining opportunities. Open your heart to change, but do not give access to someone who has not proven sincerity. Expect good things, but remain willing to do your part. I may open a door, but you must walk through it. I may illuminate the truth, but you must choose to live according to what you have seen. I may give strength, but you must use that strength to say what needs to be said, leave what needs to be left, and build what needs to be built. Therefore, beloved child, lift your head and do not hold the miracle through anxiety. What has been prepared for you will be safer when your mind remains clear, your heart remains humble, and your life remains ordered. Let the next 40 days become a season of mature decisions, healthy boundaries, and faithful actions. A secret may be revealed, a door may open, and a burden may be set down. But the deepest transformation will be that you no longer live as someone ruled by the past. I am leading you closer to the future for which you once prayed. And this time, you will enter it not through panic, but through peace, gratitude, and maturity,